Okay. Hello, everybody. Today is 2022, April 18th. And let's get back to what I was doing, okay? Uh, Artificial intelligence stocks to buy and watch. AI software market boom. Stock futures fall, L's rise, earnings in focus. And what else is happening in the stock market today? Stock market news live update. Stock futures fall as earnings roll, and Coinbase and crypto fans suffer a major blow. These are the 5 best stocks to buy and watch now. Digital Market Digest, TSM, BB, B2B, PNC, WFC, TWTR. Fintech stocks to buy and watch. Apple expanding financial products. Netflix reports earnings soon. Here's what to expect. Bank of America's earnings beat forecast as lending picked up. Is Salesforce stock a buy? Love you. Is T-Mobile stock a buy? 2022 guidance truth worries amid buyback hopes. T-Mobile stock. T-Mobile technical assessment neutral in the intermediate term. 5G stocks to buy and watch as wireless firms focus on business customers. Netflix, Tesla earnings, what to know in markets this week. Is Google stock a buy? Big investor house stack on AMC stock and trims Apple. It bought PayPal and Pfizer. Tesla, AT&T, Netflix, Bank of America, IBM, and other stocks to watch this week. IBM earnings are coming. What to expect? Elon Musk will have no trouble financing Twitter. Is Verizon stock a buy? 5G ramp up key with earnings due April 2022. Buy FedEx stock, the laggard can catch up. Software growth stocks by watch or sell amid Nasdaq volatility. Twitter stock rises. Elon Musk says its board isn't aligned with shareholders. Bearish battery stocks really should consider shorting this week. This lower family dish to go for Lululemon at stock. Is Zoom stock a buy or sell amid Nasdaq volatility? Rivian CEO warns of looming electric vehicle battery shortage. Recession fears in the stock market. Is it too late to play defense? 4 cheap food stocks with big earnings growth. The 5 best and 5 worst stocks in April so far. My wife and I are on 5 best Chinese stocks to buy and watch. COVID lockdowns in focus. Bitcoin prices fall. Shoppers are sticking with brand labels. That's good news for Kellogg and General Mills stock. Power may be about to seal deal on a half-point hike echo week. Bank of New York's earnings fall but narrowly top estimates. Selling your stocks in May and going away could be the best strategy this year. Inflation isn't close to peaking, while prices will keep rising. Money bonds are down so much that they are buys again. DD Global stock seeing some plans for US delisting. These are the 5 best the best Robinhood stocks to buy or watch now. This chipmaker supplies Tesla and Apple. Its stock could get a boost as shortages continue. Russia's found no place yet to invest reserves after sanctions. Twitter needs to close the deal with Elon Musk. Morning brief. Wall Street set to open lower as yields continue to rise. The graveyard shift is the most understaffed. I worked as an waiter on the last week. Okay, Bitcoin slips below support level. Okay, enough of it. Market beats. Levi Strauss stock ready to buy the deep. Okay, whatever. Bed Bath and Beyond stock ready to scale into. Bank of America profit falls 12%, much less than rivals. Putin poll. Wall Street had lower in pre-market following Asian losses. Wall Street had lower in pre-market following Asian losses. Learn something new every day with Stream Skill. Stream Skill. Three dividend stocks with growth potential. Tape Street stock is a value play down here. Levi Strauss stock ready to buy the deep. Nothing new here. Okay, one by one. Okay, Elon Musk is Twitter board's worst nightmare analyst. Elon Musk has Twitter's embattled board and management team by the well, you know what? The Tesla CEO, who has a 9.2% stake in Twitter, offered to buy the social media platform for $54.20 a share. Twitter confirmed in a press release that it received Musk's offer and said the board of directors will carefully review the proposal to determine the course of action that it believes is in the best interest of the company and all Twitter stockholders. The bottom line is Twitter's board has three choices. First, the board, led by new Salesforce co-CEO Brad Taylor, could either accept Musk's very fair bid and drive certainty of value for shareholders after many long years of suffering and let down. Mm. Choice 2, it could rebuff Musk and watch as he dumps his entire stake in the company. In turn, that would likely put material downward pressure on Twitter's stock price, given the public concerns Musk has expressed on Twitter's business. Hmm. Hmm. AT&T spin-off was a long time coming spin-off. AT&T has officially closed the book on a tumultuous phase of its nearly 150-year history. With its foray into the media business finally over. On April 8th, the company officially spun off Warner Bros. And completed the media group's subsequent merger with Discovery. Investors now have a pair of inexpensive stocks to consider. The leader AT&T, focused on competing in the US wireless and home broadband markets, and the streaming-centered entertainment company Warner Bros. Discovery. Spin-off. What's the meaning of spin-off? Okay. Cisco stock or buy or sell? Enterprise, cloud computing, telecom markets key. Okay, Cisco is one that I'm interested in because we do business with Cisco. Shares in Cisco System posted a good run in 2021 amid the market's rotation to value stocks tied to the U.S. economy reopening. Amid rising interest rates and supply chain issues, Cisco stock has pulled back this year. The outlook for Cisco stock depends on spending trends for cloud computing infrastructure as well as corporate and telecom networks. Cisco stock jumped 41% in 2021 amid volatility in the tech-heavy Nasdaq. Cisco stock has retreated 19% in 2022. Cisco's January quarter earnings topped estimates amid component shortages and supply chain issues. During the period, Cisco's second fiscal quarter, product orders increased 33% year over year. Revenue outlook raised. Shift to software services. The tech icon aims to increase recurring revenue from subscription-based software and services and shift away from its core business of selling network switches and routers. Okay. Cisco said it expects subscription revenue to account for 50% of total revenue in fiscal 2025, up from 44% in fiscal 2021. Transformation acquisition needed. Cisco aims to build up its Webbox video conferencing platform versus Microsoft and Zoom video communications. It recently acquired Celcio Labs to boost Webbox events. Okay. Cisco has brought in a new chief financial officer, Scott Hearn from Autodesk. The company remains one of the top US tech companies in terms of cash on its balance sheet. With 4% dividend yield, Cisco stock still finds support among institutional investors. While Cisco stock provides an attractive dividend, its buyback program has slowed. Technical analysis. Growth through acquisitions. Much of Cisco's revenue growth has come from acquisitions. In the long run, analysts expect Cisco margins to improve as more revenue comes from software products. Cisco in late 2019 agreed to buy UK-based IMI Mobile, which sells cloud communication software, and the deal valued at $730 million. In May 2020, Cisco acquired Thousand Eyes, a network intelligence company, for about $1 billion. So Cisco grew uh, by grew. So Cisco's growth comes from acquisition. Okay. Shift to software and services. As companies shift business workloads to cloud computing services like Amazon Web Services, part of Amazon.com, they could spend less on internet computer networks. In addition, Cisco has lost shares in several large markets, though it aims to rebound in cybersecurity. Mhm. Okay. Upside from data centers. The so-called internet cloud is made up of a warehouse-sized data centers that are packed with racks of computer servers, data storage systems, and networking gear. Most cloud computing data centers now use 100 gigabit per second communications gear. Hmm. It goes on and on. Wait, let's see here. In a bullish move, Cisco stock late last year broke out from a double bottom base. The double bottom chop head looks short. Looks sort of like the letter W. It features two distinct sell-offs. After forming the double base pattern, Cisco stock. Okay. Mm. Much of Cisco information. Jack Dorsey rips Twitter's board, says it has consistently been the dysfunction of the company. Twitter co-founder and short-time board member Jack Dorsey called out his social media platform's board on Saturday, saying it's consistently been the dysfunction of the company. Hmm. If look into the history of Twitter's board, it's intriguing as I was a witness uh, on its early beginnings, mired in plots and coups, in particular amongst Twitter's founding members. I wish it could be made into a Hollywood thriller one day when one user tweeted. It's consistently been the dysfunction of the company, Dorsey replied. Artificial intelligence stocks to buy and watch. AI software market booms. Let's see. What do we have tonight? Major blow. The most popular crypto exchange in the United States has big ambitions. These ambitions focus on conquering new countries, which would allow the crypto exchange to expand its audience and also increase its revenue and profits. At a time when crypto trading volumes are slowing in the United States. One of the cornerstones of this international expansion is India, a country of 1.38 billion people. Namaste Indian CEO Brian Armstrong solemnly declared on April 4th In a blog post, he accompanied the message with the country flag. India has built a robust identity and digital payments infrastructure and implemented it at rapid scale and speed. Combined with India's world class software talent, we believe that crypto and Web3 technology can help accelerate India's economy and financial inclusion goals. Armstrong wrote, announcing that he's been touring the country. Mm. He added that Coinbase will host a crypto community event on April 7th in Bangalore to discuss the future of crypto and Web3 in India. These are the 5 best stocks to buy and watch now, okay? Mhm. Fintech stocks to buy and watch. Apple expanding financial products. Netflix reports earnings. Here's what to expect. Netflix stock has tumbled about 33% since the streaming giant reported fourth quarter results in January. The primary issue 3 months ago was a disappointing outlook for Netflix first quarter subscriber growth. Netflix projected 2.5 million net new subscriber additions for the March quarter. Most of stock recommendations are published by Investors Business Daily, and unless I subscribe to this channel, uh, I cannot read the articles published by this website. Uh, so, like, I picked a lot of articles, but then at the end, I can only read few of them, right? What to know markets this week. Netflix test earnings. This week, earnings season is set to ramp up, offering investors a fresh set of data on the strength of corporate profits in the face of elevated inflationary pressure. Two of the major names reporting this week will include Netflix and Tesla, offering an early look at how some of the mega cap technology companies performed in the early part of the year. The other names set to report this week will span a range of industries, broadening out from last week's bank-dominated results. Companies including United Airlines, American Express, Johnson& Johnson, and Kimberly-Clark are each on deck to report in the coming days. Mm. They're about to report in the coming days too. Okay. The other names set to report this week will span a range of industries, broadening out from last week's bank-dominated results. Uh, okay, for earnings season so far, results have been mixed, albeit heavily skewed toward the slew of financial names they reported last week, including J.P. Morgan Chase and Goldman Sachs. About 7% of S&P 500 index components have reported actual quarter first results so far. We'll have no trouble financing Twitter. By FedEx stock, the laggard can catch up. Who hatched the idea for an overnight package delivery business as a Yale University undergraduate will step aside on June 1st as chief executive of the company founded 51 years ago. The succession with Chief Operating Officer Raj Subramaniam, 56, handed the reins could be a bullish development if the new CEO takes a page from United Parcel Service, emphasizes profitability rather than growth. Under Carol Tom, UPS CEO of the past 2 years, the rival has put in place a strategy. Hmm. Well, let's read some of the articles related to one that I invested. Hmm. Uh, we got upward trend here. Hmm. Palette Interactive. Let's look at Palette Interactive first. Oh my god, minus 7%. Oh, it's killing me. Plans to kill its sacred price point and what it means for its stock. Paladin super voting shares lowers price for Bison transmitters. Its revenue is increasing. Subscription fee, nice. China segment expected to improve. Links. Now it officially says that its price will increase, raising the price of its Connected Fitness membership for the first time. The subscription, which allows users to access digital classes and scenic rides on Peloton machines, will cost $44 in the US starting in June. The move stands out amid a broader turnaround. Hmm. Could Peloton help you become a millionaire by 2030? By 2030. Here's why Marion Road Capital bought Peloton shares. Marion Road Capital. Peloton investors takes the boot into co-founder and ex-CEO over destroying $40 billion of shareholders' wealth in less than a year. Peloton's thwarted trouble takes a turn for the worse. Peloton faces another call for a sale. An activist doesn't care for the new or old CEO. 2 months after helping out Austin Peloton last CEO, activists are after a new one. Needs to explore a sale, the investor says. Three direct-to-customer stocks to sell before they sink. let's see. There are pros and cons to investing into this stock. Um, some people are like positive, and some people are like, oh, sell this stock. Let's see. Pound is reorganizing. Its sales growth slows down. Reorganizing. Sales are decreasing, but then they're reorganizing. Uh, so so if you think like company itself is it's just like us. It's like living creature. Sometimes it goes through hard time, and then uh, at certain moment it's got good moment. It goes up and down. Uh, it's just like a living creature, and it's now reorganizing. And but then its sales is decreasing, but then it's reorganizing. Several metrics point to growth potential for the company. The stock is trading near its IPO price and may have bottomed out. Okay. Uh, the company is struggling, but the stock is cheap. It hasn't been pretty for Pal Interactive investors over the past year. Yes, that's right. The company stock, which skyrocketed during the pandemic, has lost 70% of its value since April 2021. Wow. Since April 2021, 70% is down, and the near term outlook looks bleak. Management is going through an overhaul, and it's launching all sorts of ventures try to get back on track. Can this one-time investor darling still deliver high gains? And can it help you on the way to millionaire status by 2030? Fitness fad or future favorite? Peloton was a small niche company when it went public at the end of 2019. It closed the first day at $25, just about where it's hovering right now. It had an uneventful first few months. And might have slowly climbed up, but we'll never know what would have been. Once the pandemic started, sales shot up. Mm. And the stock soared along with it. But anyone should have been able to see that triple digit sales growth wasn't going to last. And now that we're at the point investors are scrambling. Okay. So in some ways, so in pandemic, Corona pandemic season, its sales skyrocketed. But then people are now like, okay, Corona is about to be over, so I'm like, gonna go outside and do workout, uh, outside rather than just sticking into home and doing exercise alone. Nobody would want to do it. You know, they would just rather go out and do exercise while getting sunshine and all, right? So in some ways, we're back to square one, and how our stock price is back to where it was before the pandemic started. Mm. Now the company has the opportunity to set itself up for long-term success. In the 2022 second fiscal quarter, sales increased 6% year over year to $1.1 billion. On In the 2022 second fiscal quarter ended December 31st. Sales increased 6% year over year, $1.1 billion, on top of a 128% increase last year. Monthly workouts per connected fitness subscription decreased from 21.1 last year to 15.5%. Profitability is tanking as investments Peloton made in expanding to handle rising demand are no longer needed. Gross margin contracted to 24.7% from 39.9% last year. And net loss was $440 million after posting net income of $64 million in the 2021 second quarter. Hmm. On the push side, monthly churn was only 0.79%, and the 12-month retention rate stood at 92%. As expected, people are out more, yes, and using their Peloton machines less frequently. People are out more and using machine less frequently, but they're holding on to them, integrating them into a new lifestyle routine. That means Peloton is still in the game. In February, the company made the first of wait, hold on. The company made the first of several changes to position itself for future growth. Founder John Father is transitioning from CEO to executive chair, and Barry McCarthy is coming in from Netflix. First of several changes to position itself for future growth. Founder John Fowler is transitioning from CEO to executive chair, and Barry McCarthy is coming in from Netflix, where he was CFO, to take on the top role. Along with that announcement, Peloton said it was restructuring to save money, and then moves such as closing up manufacturing facility and layoffs should result in $800 million in annual run rate savings. And that move, such as closing up a manufacturing facility and layoffs, should result in $800 million in annual run rate savings. The company is also testing a new subscription strategy that makes its Bison treadmills more affordable. This is all good news, but it's unclear where any of this will take Peloton. Investors shouldn't, expect Peloton stock in and of itself to make them millionaires over the next 8 years. Although that's always possible depending on how much you invest. Even if investors see the potential here and decide that now is a good time to buy, there's a lot of risk as the company reorganizes and moves forward. At the current price, shares trade at 1.7 times trailing 12-month sales, which is fairly cheap. And one would argue that the stock at its initial public offering price has bottomed out. Wall Street would agree. 12 analysts give it a buy recommendation with an average price target of $42 or a 74% gain. 16 give it a hold, and 1 to give it a sell. For investors who are risk tolerant, 12 analysts give it a buy recommendation, 12, 16 give it a hold, and only 2 give it a sell. For investors who are risk tolerant, Peloton shares can add growth potential to portfolio. But to become a millionaire with more security, the strategy should be balanced with a mixture of high conviction and value stocks. And risk averse investors may want to sit this one out and find a more secure set of stocks to stack the odds of becoming a millionaire in their favor. The more secure route often takes longer, but there is a higher chance of success. Okay, get it. Get what you're saying. Okay, 35 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes more, okay? 5 minutes more, and then I'm done. Peloton needs to explore a sale, investor says. Straight direct to customer stocks sell before they sink. Its hardware sales are subdued, and its valuation remains a concern even after a drawdown. Well, even people are a negative, on Nike. Stock is on a downward spiral, which is conveyed by the fact that it is trading below its 10, 50, 100, and 200 day moving averages. I've been downbeat on pound and stock since December, and my bearish prediction came to fruition as stock has lost nearly half of its value ever since. Although the firm has made efforts to expand its product range, everything remains very interlinked, with buy sales setting the tone for its broad-based sales. Pound recently missed its second quarter earnings target by 47 cents per share. The only push for Pound at the moment is its subscriptions. Pound subscription revenue has increased by 66% on a yearly basis, but it only makes up 29.76% of its total revenue mix. Okay, this guy is really bearish on this one. Software startup led by Pound and co-founder makes into Louis key to its operations. Okay, this guy is positive on a software startup led by co-founder of High profile Finnish company Powton has made St. Louis a hub of its operations, with the city being home to a cluster of its software development employees and its only office. The New York-based startup Avis operates locally in co-working space at 4240 Duncan Avenue. Okay, Marion Road Capital Management, investment management firm, published its first quarter 2022 investor letter, a copy of which can be downloaded here. Marion Road Capital's long-only strategy was down 14.3% in the first quarter of 2022. This is roughly comparable to its loss in quarter first 2020 during the COVID sell-off. The obvious difference between the two periods is their relative performance versus the broader market. Try to spend some time taking a look at the fund's top 5 holdings to be informed about their best picks for 2022. New York-based exercise equipment company with an $8.3 billion market capitalization. Given what I have discussed so far, you might be surprised that I built a new position in Powton. Powton has had a roller coaster ride in the public markets. Following their 2019 IPO at $29, the stock rocketed to over $160 at the peak of the COVID hype, before tanking to its current price in the mid $20. The box on any negative event you could think of. The company has basically checked the box on any negative event you could think of. A few standouts include cutting guidance, major strategy gaffes, and poor misleading communication. So why would I own this? Patent, value proposition, and customer loyalty. Despite their woes, the company has built an established base of users that should be highly valued. The market is currently telling us that there are 2. Hmm. Okay, this is it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I got much more energy to read article, but then time is up. It's already 11 o'clock at night. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.